Hello, I'm Mary Fons. I just finished taping a great episode of the 2800 series, Love of Quilting Show. And before I left the set, I thought I would just stay for a minute and show you one of my favorite patchwork tips. When I was an early quilter, a beginner quilter, I learned this, and every single time I sit down to sew, it comes up. So I use pins sometimes to put things together, to take them over to my sewing machine to sew. So let's say I'm making a quarter square triangle unit, just like this, okay? I want to pin these pieces together to take them over to the machine and sew them. But if you put these pieces together sort of willy-nilly and you take them over to your machine, it can be really easy to turn these pieces around and forget which side you're supposed to sew. Where's my seam? If I take this over here, is it this seam? Am I supposed to sew this side together? If I sew this side together, I'm going to get a half square triangle. A lot can happen between the design wall or the cutting table and your machine. So what I do is I use the point of my pin, the sharp point of my pin, as an arrow that points me to the side that I want to sew. For example, I will just flip these two little pieces together, and this is the seam I want to sew, so I will use my pin to point me there. So when I go over to the machine and it gets turned around 9 times, I still know that is where I want to go. And I'll do the other one too, because I have to do this on every piece, otherwise I get pretty confused. So I point my pin with the pointy side, this side to be sewn. Hope that makes sense to you. It helps me so much. And make sure to watch the 2800 series of Love of Quilting. There are so many techniques and tips and all kinds of wonderful things to learn. We'll see you soon on Love of Quilting.